Hello and welcome everyone. Today we're going to be talking about solving single-step equations. Now, single-step equations are vital to understanding algebra, so it's important that we pretty much understand this concept completely. Now, the easiest way I think of learning this is by seeing it happen and then trying it yourself. So our first problem we have here is x plus 1 is equal to 6. Now our operation, our single step involves this plus 1 here. And we need to move it to the other side in order to get our variable, in this case x, by itself. And to do that, all we have to do is look at the operation, which is a plus, and do the opposite. So the opposite of addition is subtraction. And I'm subtracting it by the same number we see here, so 1. And whatever I do on the left, well, I need to do on the right-hand side. I'm subtracting 1. Doing so will leave our x by itself on the left, and we have 6 minus 1 on the right, which gives us 5. And that's all there is to it. Just understanding and figuring out what is the opposite step that I need to do. Now I have a couple of examples for you to try as well to see if we really understand it. So try this one. Here we have x plus 5 is equal to 18. So go ahead and pause if you need to try to work this out, but I'm going to go ahead and jump in and solve this one. Again, we have x plus 5 is equal to 18. Another addition step here. So we need to do the opposite, which is subtraction. And we're subtracting 5 now. This allows us to cancel our 5's here on the left. We have to do the same thing on the right. Again, minus 5. This leaves an x here on the left-hand side and allows us to do our subtraction on the right. 18 minus 5 leaves me with 13. And that problem is solved. Now, it's not always going to be an addition problem. It could be any operation, such as this problem here. We have 3a is equal to 21. Well, our operation in this case isn't addition anymore. It's actually multiplication. So whenever we have our coefficient, which refers to the 3 that is in front of an a, or any variable, it's kind of like this hidden multiplication here. Well, now we need to ask ourselves, well, what's the opposite of multiplication? Hopefully we understand that the opposite of multiplication is division. And so I actually need to divide both sides by 3. This is the way that we can cancel out a multiplication, which leaves us with our variable all by itself on the left-hand side. And then it allows us to actually do the division on the right. 21 is divisible by 3. Well, that leaves me with a 7 here. Again, only one step. In this case, it's just division. Now I have one more problem for you, so let's go ahead and look at that one. Alright, let's look at this last problem. Here in this last problem, it's a little bit different from our other ones, mainly because we have this negative value now. And negatives make a lot of people uncomfortable, but they're not too bad. And you'll see exactly why. Now, your first instinct may be to look at that plus sign, like in our previous problems. But notice, what are we adding in this case? We're adding a y, or our variable. So I don't want to move that in this case. I need to look at the value that's attached to it, the negative 10. And now this will really work like all of our other ones. Ask yourself, what is the opposite of negative 10? Well, that should just be positive 10. And I need to do that to both sides. Doing so cancels out the negative and positive 10 on the left, leaves you with a plus y, or just a y, and then our equals, and then we have 3 plus 10 on the right, or 13. And there you go. Still just one step, even though we have that negative there. The process remains the same. I think it's an important, you know, concept to understand. Even when math problems may seem a little bit trickier, just rely on the fundamentals. What do we need to get rid of? We'll do the opposite to do that. That brings us to the end of the video. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something, and have a great day.